The following Let's Play has been rated not safe for young children. Any attempts to break the game are for entertainment value only. However, if any typos happen to be found... Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we beat the game, more so I thought. As it turns out, I had completely forgotten about Bonus Land. Yeah, the game told me about it back in the beginning, but yeah. I completely forgot all about it. And then, of course, we have this twist. Each character must collect their own colored lights. My comment about Donkey Kong 64 and the color-coded bananas at the start of the last episode couldn't have been more perfectly timed, because all of a sudden we end the episode with finding out we're collecting color-coded lights. This is not going to be particularly enjoyable for me. Well, it's only one level. Maybe it won't be that bad. Perform special abilities by using A pants. You get 5 A pants. When all A pants are gone, your character cannot use their special ability. So there's a special challenge to getting through this level then. Would have had hurt to actually tell me what A pants stands for. I mean, you probably shortened it because it's going to appear in the menu and you can only have so much text space or something. But at least tell me what it is. Maybe ability points. Yeah, I'm going to assume ability points. So each character can only use ability points or their abilities 5 times. This is really throwing me for a loop here. Select that in order to see how many we have. Alright. Ability points are refreshed by entering the character select menu. Well, that's good to know. Where's the first character select menu? No idea. But here's the situation with these lights. I can collect that one as Leo, but these others I'm going to have to switch characters. Excuse me a sec while I save. Alright, so we got these here's. What does these do? By the way, you chose the annoying song. You know that, right? It's the song where one of the notes gets stuck when it loops. Until that part. Now it's not so annoying. We need 100 lights in order to proceed. Awesome, and of course we got this going on again. What's this? That's not a thing we have seen before. Oh, this is different. Wait, what? I'm pressing X and nothing's happening. Poncho! No! Is it just... You're just randomly giving me characters again? That's... Why? I mean, this is a pretty cool thing here. You could have had this as a mini-game that we could have done throughout the game. But why would you make it so we can't choose which character we want? Why make it so random? That's just bizarre. Alright, so is this going to take us back to the beginning? Yeah. We got invisible lights again. Might be a little difficult to keep track of. Well, in that case, I'm just going to keep going until I can't keep going, and then I'll switch characters. Oh, does that mean I'm using up ability points to pick those up? Ability points. Yep. That's exactly what's going on. So I can't, like, go through the entire level collecting these invisible lights, because eventually this is going to result in me not being able to collect any more invisible lights. I mean, it's an interesting mechanic. Why couldn't you have been, like, doing something like this at various points of the game? Would have made things a lot more interesting. So I guess that's all we can do then. Alright, let's switch to Keisha. might take a few tries. Actually, I just realized I haven't tried taking this path yet. There we go. And of course, since I used the character... Oh, that's a teleport. Well, dang, I wish I had known that. I just wasted an ability point. I'm gonna have to use it again in order to just get back there. Where is this taking me? It's taking me all the way over here. Is there a character switcher over here somewhere? Yep. Alright then, I don't feel so bad. No lights over here. I want to find out what happens when I run out of ability points. That's a good thing you put a character switcher in there, because it would suck if I couldn't use the teleport because I was out of ability points. Okay, what's all that? Are we going to be setting sail on a rug as Alice? Apparently that's what happens when I run out of ability points. All of a sudden, I can't even see these are there. Well, that makes it plainly obvious what happens with Jules' X-ray vision ability. Objects really are just transforming into lights or something like that. I'm not done with Jules though, so let me see if I can get him back. Oh, yay! Alright, grab that, and then... I don't know. I guess we'll switch to a different character and see what places we can explore. Alright, so we got Keisha. What color lights does she get? She gets these lights. Alright then. So apparently, the only lights Jules gets are the invisible lights. In other words, he's the only character that has to use up ability points in order to collect lights. Not entirely sure how I feel about that. But at least collecting or restoring my ability points isn't that much of an annoyance. I still wonder what that thing there is. Flaming Torch, 35 lights. Well, we don't have to go see Ugg. That reminds me, have my lights reset here? Yeah, we no longer have 800 lights. Whatever, that's not really an issue or anything. Okay, so that thing, I can tell that it has it's like the no smoking sign, except instead it's a cigarette, it's... I don't know, a bat? Bird? What is that? Well, the final battle might not have been great, but at least the game's finishing off with interesting stuff. Alright, using an ability to go across here. What do we have over here? More places to explore, and I'll probably want to switch back to Jules. Gotta collect those invisible lights, you know. Oh, I just saw Mortat. There's a ghost Mortat over there. Not sure what's up with that. Boy, this game is doing me a favor and stuff. I'm really looking out with getting Jules. Question is, how many... Oh. I need somebody else first. I need Leo. It's going to be kind of difficult to keep track of how many of Jules' lights I collected, though. In fact, it's going to be hard to keep track of everyone's lights. Give me back, or give me Leo. Please. That's not Leo. This is a situation where the randomness is not a good thing, because I can't even move on until I have a specific character. Anyway, is there going to be a way to keep track of how many of each character's lights I've collected? Or am I just going to have to assume I've collected everyone's lights? Need kind of a statistic for this sort of thing. But maybe you do have one. I haven't exactly searched the entire menu yet. That took way more tries to get Leo than it should have. Anyway, while I'm thinking about it, I should really check to see if there's stuff in the menu that shows stuff. There's our ability points. What's down here? Nothing of use. We cannot tell. Well, there's our abilities that we can use for exploring. Power Smash to get rid of the blue blocks, Builder Bow to build bridges, and Thunderclap is his spell. Let's see here. I do not see anything in here that says specifically how many lights Leo has collected. That's unfortunate. Alright, let me just keep Leo for a bit and hopefully not lose track of where I've already explored with him. Because that's sort of the issue with Donkey Kong 64. I would explore locations with one character and then not realize that I need to explore those locations with another character. I would lose track of which locations I've explored with which characters. There's a train going by. Oh, there's Mortat again. I guess he's just wandering, or just wandering back and forth. I'm probably missing a ton of invisible lights. Oh, and here's where we can go as far as Leo goes. Alright, let me switch to, let me just cut ahead, because there's really no reason for me to show off exploring the same spot over and over again. In fact, what I'm going to do is switch back to Keisha and go back to the first area and just collect all the lights in that first area so that I know that I'm done with that first area. Alright, as far as I'm aware, I've collected everyone's lights up to this point. Now I'm going to pretty much do the same thing here and just explore this part over and over again with each character, and up to the point where we need Poncho. You know, thinking on that slot machine kind of makes sense that I can't just press X to stop it. You can't do that in RPG Maker. It was a running script. You can't press a button to make a script stop. Also, it has occurred to me that I quite possibly already... Oh, never mind. I was about to say I've already collected all the lights with Keisha, but nope, there's a few off in this direction. And now I've got all of Keisha's lights up to this point. Now I'll just repeat this with all the other characters. Alright, that's everyone's lights up to this point. Now we'll just travel all the way across here. How many lights do I have right now? 81. Am I getting close to finishing this then? Let's just explore all the way through here and see what all we can collect. I'm betting that this is going to lead to the carpet that we're going to be sailing across. Well, it led to a place, alright. We need Alicia. So this isn't a very big section to explore. Shouldn't take too long to collect everyone's lights. In fact, it's such a small area. Maybe I don't need each character. Maybe I only need a couple of them to explore through here. Start with Keisha, because I noticed that one of Keisha's light is sitting right next to this pad. Nah, I needed to use all 5 characters. You know, this restriction of 5 uses of abilities per character between each visit to the character pad is kind of an arbitrary limitation, because it's not like we're going to get much of a chance to use an ability 5 times. With the exception of Jules, because he's using his ability points to collect lights. Alright, so we're in between 2 Alice points, so I'm going to have to switch between the other 4 characters just for these 2 rooms. But the ability point restriction would have made more sense earlier in the game, when we had fewer characters and we'd be using their abilities more frequently. Granted, I'm not sure it would have been a good idea, because I probably would just step on the ability pad just to restore ability points and then return to, or continue on with the character I was already using. I mean, it seems like a good idea. I'm sure there's some way that this could have worked well. Maybe if it was like used for some puzzle solving element. Cause it kinda reminds me of Jester's Hunt. Early on there's a mini game where you need to, well, not really a mini game, but a puzzle where you can only cut down 5 bushes before your strength to cut down bushes kinda gets sapped away. Maybe it could have been used like that, used for that. Like, you can only use 5 abilities, use them wisely as you go through this room here, because you can only get so far before you have to switch out between characters, so don't waste them. Something like that. By the way, I'm really hoping that the sound of the slot reel is not drowning out my voice, because it's kind of noisy. Alright, we've made it to this point. Yay, we're sailing on carpet, because I don't know why. I think I'm coming full circle at this point. Right here should be a point where I've already collected lights. I don't know if I've already collected lights here on camera, but yeah, this is where I've already been. So by this point I should have 500 lights, or 100. No, I have 95. I missed a spot somewhere. Well, dang. What am I missing? Because I can't even get through that door until I've collected 100. Yeah, 100 lights. Is there another door I can go through? Have we figured out what this is for? Is that going to lead somewhere? Do I need a specific character for that? Let me just get through all this again. I think Alice is the only one I need in order to really explore around here, so I'll just stick with her and see if there's any lights I'm missing. Oh wait, my mistake. I need Keisha also. Well, I noticed earlier there was a spot where I could see a light with jewels kind of just sitting out of the way. I hope I haven't forgotten to explore a spot with jewels. Alright, I think I figured out what I missed. Apparently, I haven't collected all the lights over here that I teleported to with jewels. 1, 2, 3... Well, that covered 3 anyway. Probably missing something else, though. I will say it is kind of annoying having to use this slot reel just to collect 1 light in here. Because it's not like I can get in here with any of the other characters. I have to switch just to get these lights. Or get 2, rather. So, something has just occurred to me. Let me see here. I have 5 ability points. Do I use up an ability point just to get on there? Yeah. Well, in that case, what happens if I do this? That leaves me with 3, 2... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. It doesn't count against me when I change back to normal. I was gonna say, that would be one heck of a bug if I wound up using the last ability point to get in here and then I can't get out. Although who knows, it might actually be that way. So I'm down to 2. That's gonna bring me down to 1. Correct? Correct. So is this gonna disappear just by sitting in here? I'm out of ability points. Alright, so it does let me out. Oh, alright. So apparently I didn't fully explore this part of the level with jewels. That's what I'm talking about with the whole color-coded bananas and color-coded lights thing. I think I've explored the area already, and that's because I have, but not with the character that I need. It's just so confusing. It's way too easy to lose track of which places I've already explored because I've already explored them. I think I just repeated myself. I don't care. Alright, so now we have 100 lights, correct? Correct. We can go ahead and head to that door. Actually, it's not really a door, it's just a thing. And a thing that's kind of lying around in a few other places too, which I will show you as soon as I can get Keisha out. Or Alicia. I'd accept either one, really. Got lucky that time. Sometimes, though, it has been really difficult to get the character I want, though. I don't really feel like going back and counting how many times I had to roll the wheel to get the correct character, but trust me, it was a lot. Also, I just realized I forgot to tell you the console that I was talking about, so hey, here's the consoles I was talking about. Although now that I think about it, the one that I need to unlock is colored differently. Not to mention it has that weird object sitting next to it, so made it pretty obvious that something was there. Alright. I really want to know what that is. Maybe it has something to do with this. 100 lights. And then what? I'm dying to know if that does anything, so I'm just going to switch between all the other characters and see if any of them can do anything with that thing. Or if it's just there to let you know, hey, you're supposed to do something here. No, I guess it's just there to let you know that this is a door that I had to open. Alright, we beat that. Now what? We get the title screen again. And now we get the actual RPG Maker credits. Which means we're done because once you have the credits, RPG Maker's default credits, you can't have anything afterwards. The game gets to the end screen and then you can't do anything until you reset the game. So that means we're actually done. And we're done. I gotta say, Bonus Land was definitely interesting, definitely tedious having to switch between characters over and over again. It's got that Donkey Kong 64 vibe to it, but anyway, boy, this game. So, eventually I'm going to get the review done, and when I review the game, I'm going to review the game on its own merits. However, I started this Let's Play with the question of how this game compares to Jester's Hunt, and whether this game was really better than Jester's Hunt. The answer is no, and I can safely say that because Mr. Forbes has already admitted that himself. Where do I begin? Well, I suppose just to lighten things up, I will acknowledge that this game has a few advantages over Jester's Hunt. The bosses, even though some of the bosses are weak, that doesn't matter because Jester's Hunt bosses are also weak at times. The bosses, though, are definitely interesting. The way you took advantage of the tile sets to make these giant characters, that was definitely interesting. Level designs, I like them. Yeah, they're empty, but visually they're appealing. I like the large variety of abilities in the game, even though most of them amounted to working the same way. I mean, like, in one case you build a bridge of rope, the other you build a bridge of bridge. I mean, some of them are different from each other, but they're also similar. But the fact that there's so many of them definitely made them interesting. The fact that you had a variety of characters to use helped make things interesting. What else? I know there's something else. I'm sure there's some other advantage to this game over Jester's Hunt, but I can't think of anything else. I'll think of something eventually. As for why Jester's Hunt is better, first off, the worlds aren't nearly as empty. You have characters to interact with, you can see the enemies on screen. Oh, I just remembered one advantage of why of this game over Jester's Hunt. It has more levels to explore. Well, that's sort of an advantage, but sort of a drawback as well, because like I said, it's a quantity versus quality, or quality versus quantity thing. Jester's Hunt is quality, this is about quantity. Jester's Hunt doesn't have as many levels, but there's more to do in them. You have more objectives, you have puzzles to solve, you have mini games to play. Exploring is more interesting because you have more stuff to discover. And of course, like I said, the worlds aren't as empty. More characters to interact with, you can actually see the enemies on screen. Characters have more personality to them. I mean, Mr. Knight is a clownophobe. Hi, it's me again. Once again, I forgot to mention something, so once again, I am inserting commentary. And that thing I forgot to mention is the battle system. My gosh, how did I forget about the battle system? The battles in this game are pointless. They're just there. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said pointless because the battles in Jester's Hunt are kind of pointless too. But in Jester's Hunt, the battles are much more interesting. The enemies are all different. You have a larger variety of spells to use, and almost all of them are useful, and you learn them throughout the entire game, so the battle system stays interesting the entire game. Not to mention, of course, it helps that you can actually encounter the battles on the map, and they're not there to get in your way constantly, like in this game. In this game, the battles are pretty much, like I said, they're just there. There's really no variety of attacks. Yeah, each character has their own special attack, but all it amounts to is letting you kill the enemy in one hit. And of course, there's the fact that all the enemies in this game have the same attack, and even worse, none of the enemies in this game have HP. They just randomly die, or just randomly lets you run away. At least in Jester's Hunt, they have health. Some of them you can kill in one hit, yeah, but that's because you've acquired a strong enough spell. But before getting that spell, you're not strong enough to kill him in one hit, and some of those special attacks you learn can actually help make those battles easier, so you can take them out without taking damage. Anyway, once again, that is all the stuff I wanted to say after having already recorded this episode, and once again, let us return to my original commentary. So, I really think that had I not been forced to resubmit Jester's Hunt because of those game-breaking glitches, Jester's Hunt might have actually stood a chance at winning the contest. Granted, in this game's case, again, you didn't need to get all 800 lights originally, so maybe that didn't hurt the game before because it wasn't actually an issue. This game definitely has better presentation, at least as far as the opening goes. After the opening, things become rather simple. Aside from the bosses, I think what helped this game win the contest was the bosses, at least as far as how they look, and the opening cinematics, and of course, more custom graphics were being used. Speaking of custom graphics, I was told there's some custom graphics on these files that weren't actually used in the game. Let me go to Anime Maker real quick. Alright, Anime Maker. It has been a long time since I've shown off Anime Maker. Actually, I never really properly showed it off. I used it a couple times. At one point I was looking at sprites during a review of Presto's Broken Dream. Never really got into detail with Anime Maker though. Well, I don't plan on starting now. I'm just going to take a look at these sprites and see what we got here. Oh good, this is the first one that I wanted to take a look at. I'm not going to take a look at all the sprites, just the stuff that I haven't really paid a whole... the ones we haven't seen. Any sprites we come across that I've already seen, I'm not going to worry about showing off, like the fire monster sprites, the snowman sprites. So what is this anyway? We can get a good close look at this. It definitely looks like a bat. Well, we can actually get a better look of it here. Is it a bug of some sort? Is it a demon? I still can't tell. I think this is what we were seeing on the title screen, the first title screen, with the custom sprites that were being used as letters. So that's what that says. And of course we got that again. No, it's kind of different. Are those like antennas? Then it's really covered up here. What's this? Sean Forbes. Minus Moose? No. These were going to be used for something. The reason that these exist is because Mr. Forbes figured out a way to exceed RPG Maker 1's memory limit, and he was hoping to actually get something out of it. But as it turns out, whenever you exceed RPG Maker 1's memory limit, it actually kind of messes things up. Like data goes missing or stuff like that. So yeah, this stuff was included just in case. 2003 to 2014 Sean Forbes. Okay, that's what we were seeing on the title screen. And I guess we just got planets here. Well, I guess if you wanted to see all the rotations of Cheyenne and O, here you go. It's definitely neat how you had a rotating planet like that. I kind of wonder, are these locations actually on the world map screen? Whenever the overworld, whenever we're exploring Cheyenne? Is this what we're actually looking at? Not entirely sure. I mean, this kind of looks like the island where, like, Mortant was, but maybe not. Not entirely sure. Maybe that location we were in is just some small, isolated location on a big world. Maybe we were, like, down here or something. And apparently the planet was so big it has to take up 2 sprite sheets. No, that's pretty much it. The rest of the sprites are just those special monster sprites. Anyway, back to the whole... what was I saying? Back to the whole Jester's Hunt versus Defenders of Light thing. Yeah, Jester's Hunt is definitely better. That said, neither of these games compare to the games that they're based off of. Defenders of Light is definitely no Donkey Kong 64, and Jester's Hunt is definitely no Banjo-Kazooie. Speaking of Banjo-Kazooie, I'm definitely going to have to Let's Play that sometime, maybe next year. As for what I'm Let's Playing next, it's not going to be a requested game. You know how I'm making it a goal to only Let's Play one game at a time? 'Cause after all, when I do multiple Let's Plays at a time, my channel becomes a mess, and because I'm splitting time between multiple Let's Plays, they take twice as long to get through, and as a result, I kind of get anxious to move on, and so I start another Let's Play, and that is how Let's Plays are abandoned. I would like to avoid that. However, I also don't want to, make myself bored by only sticking with requests, so I'm also going to be doing what I'm going to call wildcard games. These games would be anything I want. They can be RPG Maker games that I have a personal interest in. They can be commercial games like, say, Banjo-Kazooie. I think I'm ready to do a wildcard game now, but not Banjo-Kazooie. I definitely want to save that for a special occasion. So let me think here. What do I want to Let's Play next? Hey Lantis, would you be interested by chance in Let's Playing Kirby's Dream Land 3 with me?
Dude, absolutely. I'd love to have an opportunity to redeem myself after Well, let's just not talk about that.
Fair enough. I'll see you then.